Hi there, Life Coach Carey Bailey here, and it's time for today's tips and tricks. And so today I want to talk to you about how you can gain time by ridding yourself of cell phone attachment disorder. And yes, I believe many of us suffer from this. We suffer from the idea of if our cell phone isn't in close proximity to us at all times, we are anxious, we are nervous, we think we're going to miss something, we get fearful or worried. And so I'm going to just quickly walk you through my 3 tips, and then I'm going to dive in back behind them, okay? So my first tip is going to be get rid of all non-essential apps that you have on your phone. Get rid of all non-essential apps. Tip number 2 is to leave it behind. And tip number 3 is going to be about a new app I discovered called Forest. Okay, so let me start with ridding yourself of non-essential apps. You guys, I'm just going to call it out. It's social media apps. I have come to a place where I no longer have any social media apps on my phone, and I have figured out a way via the computer to do all the social media needs I need to do. You guys, social media is stealing so much of your time, and we don't even realize it most of the time, right? So you might be saying, but I only do social media when I'm waiting in carpool line or sitting at a doctor's office. You guys, there's so many other things that I promise you would rather be doing. Cleaning out your purse, texting 3 friends encouraging words, calling to talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, sending a prayer for somebody over Voxer, doing your devotional time, reading your Bible on your phone. You can do that too, right? Make your Christmas list, but do other things besides just sort of mindlessly scrolling on social media to see what other people are up to or what sale might be out there today, okay? So delete your non-essential apps. Tip number 2 is to leave it behind. You guys, our moms, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, they all survived without these little devices, and we can too. Now, I am not saying if you send a kiddo to school sick and you are thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get that call, in 2 hours to come get her, that's one thing. But on a weekend, for me, on the weekends, I just simply leave it plugged in. Wherever it was charging overnight, I leave it plugged in, and it might be the end of the day before I even check it or know what's gone on. And it's always okay, like nobody's ever mad at me. So maybe if there's a time of your day that feels just hectic and crazy, maybe it's right in the morning, maybe it's at dinner time, that is a really good time to say, I am going to put this away and not be distracted by dinging texts or dinging emails or whatever might be kind of shouting your name. And I know this might sound really gross, but I actually encourage people when they first get started with this, stick it under your dirty laundry, because who wants to go digging for their phone, no matter how desperate they are, under dirty laundry? Like, we really don't. So put it under dirty laundry if you're trying to create that habit. And you guys, if you find yourself not being able to leave it behind, then I would really encourage you to ask yourself why. Like, what is it that you feel like you're missing out on? What is it that makes you so drawn to this? Are you seeking affirmation from it? What is your why behind why you can't leave it behind? All right. And the third thing is actually a new app that I discovered this summer, and it's called Forest, Forest. And I'll put it down here on the bottom, and I'll put a link on my website as well. But you guys, this app, it's fun. It's so fun, but it keeps you focused. And so you put the Forest app on your phone, and then you tell Forest, like, hey, I want 1 hour of focused time. And when you hit start, you start to grow a forest on your phone. Like, you start to grow a tree. You can see it growing, okay? And if you go interrupt that tree growing time, so if you go try to use your phone during that hour, then your tree dies, you guys, and it's so sad when you lose your tree. I've had to do it once. And so I've really enjoyed, I am not a video game girl. I did not get to play video games as a kid, but I have really enjoyed growing my trees. And you guys, there's a tree house tree, and so you have to earn up to it. And so I really want to earn my tree house tree, all right? So if you just have a desire for more time in your life, and you feel like you have cell phone attachment disorder, meaning you can't leave it behind, meaning you're always checking up on things that way, thinking that it distracts you all the time, like if there's any sort of sound coming out of it, you're like, what's going on? What do I need? What am I missing? What do I need to know? Then I would say you have cell phone attachment disorder, okay? And I'd love to see you follow one or all of these tips to be able to gain more time for yourself. This is the last day of the Craving Time 50% discount. Craving Time is my online course. You guys, it's 3 years worth of one-on-one work with clients that I have compiled in to a course about how to gain you intentional, purpose-filled time. So I encourage you to grab that discount today, and I will see you the next time we do tips and tricks. Bye.